Good morning and good afternoon, depending on wherever you at, the time this recording, however you're watching us. This is episode 175 of the Restricted Zone podcast, man. And I'm with a great co-host today with my boy Khairi, virtual handshake. Introduce yourself, brother. Virtual.
Yo, what's going on, man? Glad to be back with you, bro. We talking some college ball today. You see, I got my representative Jabari Parker, Duke.
The Barry, man.
Shout out to bro, man. One of my favorite college hoopers of all time, bro. Just had to throw the jersey on getting the season, man.
And you know something, this is all for the Duke fans. I hate Duke. I'm a Kentucky fan. I hate Duke. Can't stand him. Coach K's gone, so I don't really have that much hate towards Duke anymore, as much to be honest with you. But if there was one Duke player who I really genuinely wanted to see thrive, it was Jabari Parker, man. Because I felt like, man, I thought he was going to be the dude. I thought he was going to be the one.
And even after Duke, bro, because at Duke you knew he was the one. It was between him and Wiggins going 1 and 2, the Cleveland and Milwaukee. And when he got to Milwaukee, he was good, bro, and he was developing, he was getting better, and he had a 20-point per game season under his belt. Then he messed his knee up.
He had the season you could have expected as you wanted from a top 10 freshman like him. With more one and done.
How much ownership feel? You had him in the palm of your hands. You got Milwaukee. You had Antetokounmpo. Like it's crazy how stuff works out, bro.
Scary potential. People really don't even understand, but.
And at the time, I hate to bring it up, but at the time, Thon Maker too. They had picked him up. Thon Maker was supposed to be tough, bro.
I was a Thon Maker. I was a sucker. Oh boy, I could have sworn he was going to be the next star.
He crossed up Bam on AAU circuit, bro. Hit the 3 in his
I was
tell me Thon Maker wasn't the one.
I was annoying with the Thon Maker. I was really just telling people that's the guy. He the one. But
for real.
The basketball guys have a funny way of making us, look at things from a different perspective sometimes. And Jabari Parker, I still watch his pre-draft workouts. I told you this before we hopped on. I still watch his pre-draft videos. I'm saying, God, man,
man, like during the later end of his career when he was like with the Celtics and whatnot. I think he was with the Hawks too at one point, the Bulls. Like I was just hoping he could stick somewhere. And I thought Boston was the place. I thought Boston was the place he could come off the bench, kind of be that microwave scorer, that interior scorer.
Hey, his mid-range game was, it just wasn't Jabari Parker no more. You could tell those two ACL injuries just zapped what was Jabari Parker. And yeah, man, I don't want to talk too much about the past too much. We got to bring it to the present. We got to bring it back on top.
We got some new Duke stars to talk about.
We got some new Duke stars to talk about, man. I mean, listen, let's dive right into it, man. The flag, the Cooper flag, the Cooper flag.
Yep.
Listen to me. He's looking as good as advertised. I mean, I was a little skeptical about him, Khairi. He's my number one. But let me say this. When he went to the USA, Olympics, and he was going against the scrimmages against the guys, and they was giving rave reviews about him.
Yeah.
All right, hold on now. What's your thoughts, Khairi? Talk to me.
I've always been high on Cooper Flag since I laid eyes on him, bro, to be honest with you. And there were certain times where I've seen him struggle, like in AAU games and stuff like that, where I was sitting and watching, or like he didn't play up to his like what he was touted, like especially like on the offensive end. Sometimes at Montverde, he'd get lost in the talent there, and the numbers wouldn't really be there, or the shot wouldn't really be falling. Absolutely. But what always stuck out to me was how active he was everywhere else on the court, defensively, rebounding, passing the ball, getting out of transition. A lot of the other stuff that don't show up in the stat sheet. Being a good teammate and getting the guys involved and playing team basketball, making sure they're motivated and whatnot. Like I always been high on Cooper Flag, bro. I can't lie, and I still think he's consensus number one right now. But we'll get into that some more.
Absolutely. I mean, Cooper Flag. Listen, I think he's presumably the number one pick coming into this draft. I mean, and it's a pretty crazy thing because OKC could F around and land this guy.
Yeah.
I hope that doesn't I think that'd be overkill at that. I don't think the league will let that happen.
I think what people are sleeping on, bro, is what I mentioned, like that defensive impact he has, that agility, that ability to get weak side blocks and whatnot. OKC would definitely feast off of that, bro. Like not even offensive game aside, like just him like active as a live body at 6'9" or whatever, however tall he is. Like that'd be crazy, bro.
and just the development of the franchise itself. Just look how they can. Yeah, Cooper Flag in OKC would only do wonders for him.
So,
But
if it weren't OKC, what other bottom teams do you see really getting him and developing him into the player that I know we looking at like really far ahead, but look at some of the bottom teams. I think of some of the bottom teams that's in the league right now, like the Nets, the Raptors. Like what teams, or maybe even the Hornets. Like what teams do you think he can land on that could get his best potential, like that can max him out to his best potential?
I'm gonna be honest with you. Are we throwing the Hornets as a bottom team? I'm liking what I'm seeing with the Hornets, man.
Yeah, I mean it's still early in the season. I still got a lot of questions about them too. Mark Williams is still hurt.
He's
Like,
still hurt.
yeah, like
I don't know. I like the Hornets. We're not gonna transition to the NBA, but if I pick a franchise, well, I believe it had to be between the Nets, Raptors, and probably the Wizards. They definitely gonna stink it up again. The Pistons, they got a whole new coach, and their offensive style looks light years way ahead of what it was.
He's been looking good, bro.
What I said about Bickerstaff, I said this on the episode. I talked about he's the coach. He's gonna make Cade blossom. He's gonna turn to an all-star this year. So I don't think the Pistons will be bad, but they won't be so bad to where they'll be in contention for the number one pick. So honestly speaking, between the Wizards, Nets, maybe the Raptors. Should we count the Raptors?
I think we count the Raptors too. Also, I don't think the Raptors going to be good this year.
I don't see the Raptors making any kind of noise this year either. So,
yeah, a lot of other teams are still too early to tell. I think the Jazz could be in that conversation also, especially if they pull off a trade like mid-season that might offload some guys. I'm not sure.
But the Jazz to me because it's like the Jazz has always been in position of they've never really necessarily been a lottery team, but they're a playoff. But like I don't know, Jazz goes in the middle. It's like stuck. You don't know where to. And sometimes they'll go high, sometimes they'll go low. They've never been like bad, like number one pick bad, like. So those three teams, but Utah is definitely a team to look out for it because what happens with Lauri Markkanen moving forward. So I think those teams got the best shot at getting Flag again. If you ask me which team I preferably want them to go to the most out of the Brooklyn Nets, the Toronto Raptors, and the Wizards, who's got the best player development out of those three?
That's all it come down to, bro. That's what I thought of the question. Is like, like he'd have to do a lot. They'd have to do a lot, and they'd have to work really hard, like to.
But
because the teams we're talking about, they haven't had a history of really playing. I mean, the Raptors have. The Raptors have had good. They have a good history, but the Nets, like post New Jersey move, hasn't really had a track history of developing players. The Wizards hasn't really had a good track history of developing players after. Like John Wall, Bradley Beal, Kelly Oubre, that core.
Yeah, after those, they don't really have a history you can point to and look to and say, hey, we drafted this guy, and this is what he's become and what he's turned himself into.
Right.
So when we factor in all of that, I mean, maybe the Raptors might be the best team from guy, if they're able to land, if they're objectively horrible, speak to that. But
he's from that Northeast area too. He's from Maine. Like
I thought the Brooklyn Nets more so home, closeness of area.
Yeah, in the state, yeah.
And Brooklyn need a star, man. Brooklyn need a star. They've been chasing stars for so long. Having a home star is always, it's nothing like it. Nothing like it, Kyrie.
Right.
So my number one, top 10 freshman list. We didn't even get the breakdown. We didn't even dive in and talk.
No. We got so caught up talking about Duke and whatnot. But go ahead, bro. Roll it out.
So, for the fans, if you guys been sticking with us, listen, this is how excited we are to record this episode and get this out to you guys because we and this gentleman right here, Kyrie, my good brother, we are college fanatics, college basketball fanatics, man. And in the website that's being underdeveloped right now, me and him are gonna be pushing a lot of blogs and articles because that's how much we are in tune with the game. So just be on the lookout for that. A lot of things on the horizon for the new Restricted Zone podcast. But we're going to bring it back to the topic of discussion for this episode 175. And we are doing our top 10 freshman ranking list. College basketball season starts literally next week, Kyrie, November the 6th, I believe.
Next week, next 2 weeks, I can't remember. No, I think it's next week. It's next week, yeah.
So college literally starts next week. So me and Kyrie are going to be doing our top 10 freshmen. our top 10 sophomores, our top 10 juniors, and last but not least, our top 10 seniors for this 2024-2025 college basketball season. And it's going to be electrifying. Me and him are going to have some good lists, and hopefully you guys enjoy this as much as we enjoyed recording this episode for you guys. So, Khairi, we started off, I think, both 1-1, Cooper Flagg being the number one guy. I think that's his choice, isn't it?
As far as top freshman, yes, sir. We got Cooper Flagg coming in.
But I don't know. I'm wrestling between him and Ace Bailey. I gotta see. You know what, Khairi? We're gonna come back to this around December, before January, and we're gonna talk about this. We're gonna talk about this. But man, I'm gonna keep it on. I'm keeping the spotlight on you, Khairi. But listen, who's your number 2 in that top 10 freshman list?
Yeah, I heard you mention Ace Bailey, but I'm gonna be honest. Right now, I got the slight edge with his teammate, Dylan Harper over him.
Really?
I think Dylan Harper, as a point guard, is the total package, bro. Like being 6'4", being 6'5", smooth, can get to the bucket. He's never sped up. He plays at his own pace, can score prolifically. I think Dylan Harper is and he'll show it this season too, because he's got that floor general mentality too. At the same time, where he gets guys involved, and he's always in control of the game. At least from what I've seen, we got to keep in mind we going off of high school, but he just his mentality, what it seems like, just the aura he gives off. He seems like that player that always has his fingerprints all over the game somehow. And just like I mentioned with his craftiness on the offensive end, I want to see more on the defensive end against more physical guys, better talent. But I got him as my number 2 right now. But I'm really excited to see what he got going on for Rutgers this year. You talked about it too. We plan on going up to Rutgers, catching some games. Since they low about 2 hours away, like we can't wait, bro. I'm really excited for Rutgers too, because Rutgers don't get big prospects. Like, the last big prospect I remember them getting, like
Rakeem Chris went to Syracuse.
No, he went to Q's. Don't disrespect like that, bro. Remember Corey Sanders? Like somebody that really rung bells. Remember Corey Sanders?
Aiken and that little
from that class, 2015.
Good times.
Yeah, but yeah, bro, I got Dylan Harper number 2 right now.
You know what makes me so ecstatic about Ace Bailey? Because man, he takes. I think his shot diet definitely needs a lot to work on.
Mm-hmm.
Just hits those contested shots, man. Like he's professional level at it. Like just if they could just get his shot diet, obviously that's something to monitor when the season progresses and goes on. Just his shot selection. But man, if he could get his shot, if he could just improve the basketball IQ, improve the shot selection, that defense, he kicks it up a notch with the defense. I don't see why we're not talking about Ace Bailey being the number 1 pick a couple months from this draft. We're being honest.
I won't be surprised neither. That's why, I said, I got Dylan by a hair. But some of those weaknesses you pointed, bro, with Ace is some of the things that I look at as far as like his the turnovers, the shot selection. But I expect him, like, as the season is going, to get a lot more discipline and be able to work with the ball in his hands one-on-one a lot more without getting like stuck up, because he that does happen to him a lot. He mishandles the ball, or he'll get clamped up real quick. He have to pick the ball up and doesn't really have a counter move. So I think, did you see him working with Giannis over this a couple weeks ago?
I saw him working with Giannis. Him and Dylan. Yeah, I saw that.
He was working on a counter move. Yeah. Spinning, going baseline, but spinning back like a counter move with a fadeaway. If he could get moves like that in his bag a little bit more and get like more comfortable with that stuff, bro, it's gonna get scary.
Yeah, man. I mean, Ace Bailey. So your number 2 is Dylan. My number 2 is Ace. But I'm sure we'll have the third one switched to wrap around.
Yeah.
Dylan and number 3, because his game reminds me of Cade.
Like, in a way.
It reminds me of Cade, especially compared to Oklahoma. And you could, when we get more footage of him in Rutgers, yeah, he reminds me of Cade Cunningham.
It's the pace. Like Cade, like I was explaining with him earlier, like Cade's never sped up neither. Like Cade's always going at his own pace. He's coming off the screens and he likes to jam the defender behind him and create that way. You're right. Dylan got a lot of that.
And that's when I think he's probably the best freshman point guard. Maybe now, because there's another freshman point guard who had amazing depth and
Mm-hmm.
he's rocking it up there. But I'll talk about him because he's going to be on my list. But
Let me ask you this real quick. How much of a advantage, I would say, do you think Dylan being the son of an NBA player, NBA champion, and Ron Harper, and has an older brother, Ron Harper Jr., that played college basketball and excelled at Rutgers and had a cup of tea with the G League and stuff in the NBA? Do you think that gives him any type of advantage?
basketball IQ wise, in terms of understanding the game and fundamentals, absolutely. 100. I think being the son of an NBA athlete, you already have the advantages already, just off the strength of that, right?
Right.
And but more so with Dylan, when you watch his game, his basketball IQ, he's a point guard. He's a point, and he's a big point guard though. The biggest thing for me with him is obviously going to be, and his shot selection is definitely going to be something to be focused on too throughout the season. Monitoring
Sure.
it. He don't got the greatest of, his shot selection might be better than Ace's. I think he still need a lot of work on his jump shot overall though. But talent wise, pace wise, controlling the tempo, he's like what you want. He's looked for. He's today's NBA point guard now. Minus the athleticism though. Now I think that's what, if anything, that'll hurt his stock. Pay attention to the rebounds. Let's see how many steals he gets. Is he active when his shot not falling? How is he impacting the game when his shot not falling? All those things, especially with a big guard like them, you gotta pay attention to. If you're gonna take it. So I got Dylan's my number 3. So let's do a quick summary.
Yep.
We both had Cooper Flag.
Got Coop number 1. Capture the flag.
You got Dylan. I chose Ace.
Mm-hmm.
It's 3. You rocking with Ace. I'm rocking with. Oh, I'm rocking with Dylan. You rocking.
You got Dylan at 3. I got Ace at 3. Yep.
Yeah. I don't. Why can't we be on the same page, Khairi?
You know me, bro. When it comes to the mock drafts and to the lists and stuff, like I like to shake it up a little bit, just a little bit. I like to keep stuff exciting, like and something like this, especially since they like them being teammates and whatnot. And this draft, this high school class being stacked, nonetheless, it gives you something to look forward to begin with. If you don't agree with me, like talking to the viewers, feel me? Absolutely. Like if you think, I think Ace number 2. I mean, I think Ace better than Dylan. But hey, we gonna see, feel me?
Listen, I don't disagree. Listen, in the words of our fellow co-host Greg, was bacon, was shaking, was Philly cheesesteak. He's so quick. Greg, that's a little shout out for you, our fellow co-host, man. Appreciate that. All right, 4th on the list of a top 10. Who do you have at number 4? I'm really intrigued. Who do you have at number 4? I want to see who you pick.
Yeah, I'm excited for yours too, honestly, because after the top 3, I had a hard time. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I know I did.
But number 4, I got Trey Johnson, 6'5" point guard going to Texas.
Ooh, I didn't expect that. Okay,
bro, I think Trey Johnson is real. I've been following him for a minute.
But you know what?
Huh?
I've been seeing him fall on mock drafts though. He's like in the late 20s and early second rounds.
Yeah, I mean,
why is that though? I'm confused.
I'm not. Honestly, bro, 2025 is so deep.
Yeah,
my draft is so deep. Especially you got second year guys coming back too. You got other older guys coming back too that were really good.
Mm-hmm.
I think how deep this class is really going to affect that too. And I'm not going to lie to you. I think Dalton can connect him being an older rookie and guys passing on him simply because he's older. And we called it too. I think one of our mock drafts, I called it. I'm like, yo, he's going to drop because people look at him as older and don't think he can develop as much as the next guy that's younger than him. And I think a lot of guys are going to look at older guys in these drafts like, yo, we're not going to pass on you on your talent because you're a little bit older than these guys. We're going to get you right now because we know you can play right now. So I think that might have an effect in this draft as well too, which is going to be very freshman heavy projectedly. So yeah, that's probably why he's dropping. But as far as what I see from him visually, like in high school coming into Texas, I just think he's a certified bucket getter. His handles is elite. He's good at creating space. Got a nice jump shot, and I just think going to Texas, I don't know if any other guards is going to be there at the moment. I think he's going to get handed the keys to have the green light early. I think he'll have a lot of opportunity to take shots. like a lot of these young guards coming in who have to mind his shot selection and stuff like that, that's probably going to be erratic. But him being 6'5", being able to take a hit going into the paint and finish, like I see a lot of upside of his offensive game. Defensively, we gonna have to see, but offensively, I think he's gonna be a problem.
I don't disagree with you, Kyrie. 100. I mean, I don't disagree with you, but I do disagree. You know what you know, because I'm Liam McNeely. I think him and UConn, Dan Hurley's a match made in heaven. I don't think if you look at all the prospects who committed to schools, I don't think there's 3 prospects who I say. And Liam McKinley's recruitment, he was kind of money chasing.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way it is now.
He committed to Indiana first, then decommitted. Then my boy Woody dirty.
Did he real grimy, but Woody.
My boy Woody dirty.
That roster, you saw what they did at Tennessee. We ain't gotta say too much, brother. What's understood don't got nothing. We know what's going on, but that's the way the college hoops is nowadays. It's about the money. But I really think Liam. I think he really factored in UConn system. And I think Dan Hurley, he might be a freshman, another freshman on Dan Hurley's list. Because Dan Hurley's going to build his own NBA route, too. I'm telling you, he's going to build it, too. He's going to have that Cal. When Cal retires, Dan Hurley's going to be the one with him, Duke, you know what I mean?
Yep.
But
John Cryer,
And just a 6'8" guy. He's literally a 3-level scorer, but he's a sharpshooter. He really shoots the ball. And 6'8", you can't teach size. You can't really teach size. He's kind of athletic, right? He's got some athletic abilities. He got some lift in his jump shot. And then, he's a pretty good, solid defender, too. He's not a liability on the court. He impacts the game. So
absolutely. And
I like UConn 6'8" Liam McNeely. I do. I think he's enough. He's the 4th best freshman. He's the 4th best freshman, in my humble opinion.
I like that. I got Liam McNeely in my top 10 too, not 4 obviously, but I like his game as well too. Watching him at Mount Verde, he's a guy. He brought all that talent together. He was kind of like the glue guy of all that talent. Watching all the hoops he threw the Cooper flag and whatnot. Watching how he pushed the breaks. He get that live ball dribbling in the half court, being able to make plays and stuff like that. Yeah. I definitely see where you're coming from. I think where I went wrong, or where I kind of viewed it as, like with him, which was kind of unfair, was I kind of looked at his NBA projection as well when I was looking at it, when I should have just looked at college, like specifically freshman year of college.
Look at that from what they'll project to. Okay, I didn't look at it from that standpoint. But
and as I was making, I noticed that like as you was talking about him, I'm looking at my list, and I noticed that I kind of overshot what I looked at him for.
Because you know what? I think if anything, he's got the physique of the NBA.
Oh, for sure.
Jump shot is.
He kind of reminds me of Jaime Jaquez.
Yeah,
He kind of reminds me of Jaime. He got that knockdown shooter.
Yeah.
He could finish around the rim a little bit. He might sneak in for some offensive putbacks, some tip ins. And keeps the offense flowing. For me, I think he's one of those guys to an extent is where he does a lot of things good, but nothing great. And I want to see if he does anything great, really, like specifically when he gets to UConn.
My rebuttal to that would be his shooting. That's the one thing he does great, if anything.
Okay.
If anything.
Yeah.
Because that's the main skill set that's going to make him the most money more than anything.
Right.
Because he can shoot that form clean. That's the clean form. And under Dan Hurley, I see that only improving.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's true.
Who's your number 4, Reed? I'm dying. I mean, you already said your number 4.
That was number 4. Yep, number 5.
That's what I meant to say. You're number 5 now.
Number 5, I got VJ Edgecombe from Baylor.
Oh, we got the same thing.
Okay, there we go. We agreed on something again. It took us 4 more picks, but we agreed on something again.
Go ahead. You take the floor then. I'll add on when you're done.
What I really like about VJ is, even though his offensive game isn't all the way caught up, he's definitely a Swiss Army knife, and I definitely see him being a very, very good defender. About 6'5", 6'6", super athletic. I think at Baylor he's definitely going to thrive because they play a team brand of basketball, and that can kind of hide some of his offensive liabilities. But they're a defensive branded team, and that's more of his goal. I think he'll have more of an opportunity to show his motor, to show his switchability on defense. to show his athleticism. As far as like getting offensive rebounds, getting in the passing lane and stuff like that, just keeping plays alive.
Yeah.
I think VJ Echo, I think he could definitely be one of those guys up too that plays himself into that top 4 maybe, because where I've seen him recently is around 6, 7, 8. I think he could play himself a lot higher too, especially if that jump shot is gets a little bit more consistent. And I think one of the main things that outlines about him is his competitive streak. Seeing him play with the Bahama national team over the summer, just seeing his videos in high school and whatnot, playing with NBA top 100 stuff. Like his competitive streak is there, and I feel like any top guard or any freshman guard that he gets matched up against, he's gonna have it out for him because he wants to show that he. You feel me? That's the vibe that he gives me. So that's why I got VJ number 5.
Hey man, just to add on a little bit to what you say, because you really hit the nail in the coffin with it. I want to see how he fits in. It's actually another freshman too. He's from Philly, Rob Wright. You know, I want to see what he do.
Okay.
Yeah,
I feel like I've seen a little bit of him. Okay.
Yeah, he's another one freshman, but VJ, he's a prototypical wing shooting guard. He's definitely body wise. He's definitely what they're like. Yeah, this the guy, right? But athleticism with it, right? And the potential. He's not one of those dudes who's so raw that's like, man,
exactly.
Project. No, this guy, if he does what he does when he get to college, when he get to campus, hit the conditioning, weight room, really work on his offensive move, and we really see that progression between December and March, then he's one of those guys. I won't be surprised if he's a top 5, top 10 pick when it's all said and done.
For sure.
I got a lot of me when it's all said and done. That means, I'd be shocked.
Absolutely. He's one of my favorite players in this class, to be honest with you. Like top 2, top 3 favorite player in this class.
And he's another one I was supposed to commit to us.
What, the Kentucky?
Yeah, well, it was really a race between him and Baylor, but we had to ask. I don't know what happened behind the scenes, man. Like Scott Drew
he's a Baylor dude, bro. He's a Baylor dude, though.
I know he had a shot though. Coach Cal he always got a shot.
Mm-hmm.
Always. You'll never count on Coach Cal. But I'm tired of talking about my former coach. Let's go and talk about the next thing on this list. Let's talk about number 6, man. And I got the kid from Maryland. I like Derek Queen, man. I think he's got a soft touch.
Mm-hmm.
He runs really smooth.
Yeah.
I'm really focusing on what he does defensively. Defensively, he kind of struggled at times watching him in high school.
Yeah.
But it's high school, right? We take that with but still, but he's got to work on that defensively. I think he's got to more so get his body. He got that little chubby, pudgy type frame, and that's too. So that's all conditioning. Get himself in the gym, do what he's supposed to. But offensively, he's kind of raw, but he got it though. You can tell he know what he's doing when he's on the court. He's just a little raw.
He's a nice lefty. He crashes the old boards. He's got a nice post game, really good footwork on the block.
And then not only that, he's 6'10" with smooth moves. And listen, he's been playing with Flag and McNeely. So when you playing with certain stars, it only forces you to elevate your game or you become complacent. And he's clearly elevated his game. And listen, Derek Queen, man, from Maryland too, homegrown kid. I'm looking forward to watching him play.
I feel bad because I've been following Derek Queen for a while, and I don't have him on my list. He's in my honorable mentions list, though.
Respect.
I'm really a big fan of his game too. Like I mentioned, big, nice post game. He really exploits mismatches on the block.
Sure does.
He's kind of got that combination of he's too quick for guys bigger than him, and too strong for guys smaller than him. I really like that about him and his hustle on the offensive glass. But I got another big man on this list that I think is better than him. And that's Kaman Malak. I hope I'm saying his name right, from Duke.
Who? Oh, man. That's your number 6. Kaman Malak. I can't pronounce that boy.
I think it's Malak or Malak. I don't know, bro.
Malak. I'm gonna say Malak. Let the describe it correct.
If you ever see this for whatever reason at some point in time, we apologize. We not good with pronunciations on this show. But yeah, I'm just say Kaman. I'm with Kaman from Duke, bro. The 7'2". Came over from Africa. Super mobile, big man's got super nimble feet, good footwork.
Man, bro, that's 2 Dookies on your freshman list. I ain't see one. I'm surprised. I don't know
Look,
if you in low key now.
you gotta hold on, bro. You gotta relax.
I
You gotta
know.
relax. Look, I'm not biased. I'm not a Duke fan by any means, but I give him credit when it's due. Feel me? I give him credit when it's due. They did their thing in recruiting this year. I can't even. Yo, they went crazy in recruiting this year. They went triple platinum in recruiting.
Is it just me or Duke's recruiting under John Shire just took another level? Like,
and it's just like the thing is, usually when teams usually recruit guys, all these guys of this caliber, the first thing that comes to mind, they're not going to find enough playing time for all these guys. But
right.
I think I think all these guys are going to have some type of time or some type of role to show what they can do. And with Kamon, bro, being 7'2", like I was mentioning, being a great shot blocker, great finisher around the rim, can catch live, can get the offensive rebound, go straight up with it. He's got. I think his IQ, his feel for the game is super underrated too. Because I seen him make some nice passes, some nice shovel passes, from the center of the floor. Like I think he's a nice skill big, bro. Being at 7'2", that defensive and offensive upside, I think he's getting overlooked just a tad. And I think he's gonna be one of the main anchors of that team. That's why I got him at 6. The one thing I just want to see him. I don't want to see him get in foul trouble because that's with big dudes. You always gotta worry about that. And him at that size, you gotta worry about him with the college whistle and whatnot and that physicality. But that's the only thing. Honestly, I think Haman's gonna be a hell of a star.
Listen, Kamon definitely someone I'm looking forward to. He was my number 7. So you pretty
okay.
But
he wasn't too far off. So he wasn't too far off.
But 7'2", 250 with a 7'5" wingspan, I ain't gonna lie. Defensively,
he's athletic, bro. He can move.
Him and Cooper Flag, I ain't gonna lie. Duke might. I hate to say it, man. I don't want to say it so damn much. I hate it with a passion.
Don't jinx it, bro. Don't jinx it. Because I like how Syracuse looking this year. I don't need you crushing my dreams.
We won't do that, brother. We won't do that. But with that being said, that defensively, I'd be surprised if Duke's not top 20 or top 10 defensively wise. I'd be shocked.
Yeah,
I would really be shocked.
Mm-hmm. If they not like top 5, top 10 in the country in blocks and whatnot, like
yeah, I'd be block percent. Like I'd really be shocked. Like with that. All right. Listen. With that being said, man, listen. Let's dive on to number 7, the lucky number right here.
I got what you're looking for, number 7, bro.
I got my pick. You know my pick. That's what your pick is.
Donnie Freeman, Syracuse.
That's who I was looking for, man. And
yeah, look. It's a tough class, bro. It's a tough class.
No, serious. I got some complaints with you, buddy. You wearing a Duke fan shirt, jersey, and
bro. Come on. As I mentioned before, bro, it's for Jabari Parker. I have nothing else Duke. I'll show you my whole collection. I got nothing else Duke. It's literally just for Jabari Parker. That's all. I got a Syracuse jersey too. I pulled that out, but I had to rep Jabari tonight, bro.
Okay, cool.
But listen, Donnie Freeman.
Give your analysis.
If I'm not mistaken, Don is our highest rated freshman since Carmelo.
No, he's our highest freshman since Juwan Coleman, 2012. I was gonna say I thought Rakeem Christmas was your highest, but no, it's actually Juwan Coleman back in all the way 2012.
That notification says I remember seeing that notification a while ago that he was high since Melo. But I remember Juwan Coleman being rated very high though.
As a freshman, we're talking about as a freshman coming in. Yeah. Last time y'all had a high recruit like in the 2010s at least.
Yeah,
that was more so the early 2000s. So
it's been a while. Yeah. But
that 5-star recruit y'all got.
But Donnie, bro, at 6'9", mobile, can shoot. He's got a nice little mid-range pull. His jumper, his form is so perfect, bro. He's got like a nice high arcing jumper that he could just pull. He could just pull up at the drop of a hat. It's athletic around the rim, explosive around the rim, competitive. Defensively, I can see him being one of those switch guys that can guard down low and switch out on the perimeter. Especially since we're not doing too much of the 2-3 this year, or since we got Red Autry. I think Donnie Freeman is going to be a hell of a freshman. That again, I think a lot of people are overlooking him too because he's kind of what you look for in today's forwards, like those like it's not really any forwards today. Like you gotta be able to play like the 3 and the 4 because they're looking for you to be able to shoot. You gotta set screens and possibly roll and finish around the rim.
Of course.
They're asking a lot from these combo forwards. A lot of like now like these high level combo forwards. And when I think of him, I think of a guy like Miles Bridges who can hop in on. He could get in his offensive bag when he needs to. Can get to the little pull up and has a nice spot up jump shot. But when he gets to the rim, can finish alley oops, can finish at the rim with authority. And Donnie Freeman, he's one of those guys. He don't got the explosiveness Miles got, but he got that same type of archetype, and that's what he's one of my favorite freshmen coming in.
Man, listen, Donnie Freeman. I mean, let's see what Syracuse got in the works this upcoming season. Y'all got a tough conference ahead of you.
For sure.
But let's see what's shaking and baking with you guys, man. Let's slide over to number 8. I finally slide Trey Jones in there. I mean, Trey Johnson. I said Trey Jones. I'm crazy. Trey Johnson. I'm sliding him in there. 6'6" bucket getter. Cal was really happy over this kid. So if Cal really wanted you that badly, that's why I'm so confused why he's always so down on mock drafts recently when I take a look the past couple of days. But I feel like with the Texans, I think he's going to – who's the Texas coach? Why I keep thinking – who's the Texas
coach? I can't even remember. No. It's not Shaka. I don't think it's Shaka Smart.
No. Shaka left alone.
Yeah.
Who? How did I not know the Texas coach? I got the Texas coach. Texas coach. I think he should be good for them. I gotta look up the Texas coach. It's not Chris Beard. Who am I? Texas coach. I gotta see this, man. Who's the coach, Khairi? Who you can think of
right now? I can't believe I forgot.
Rodney Terry. So he's the head coach. Okay. So I think Rodney Terry. What I've heard from him, from reading about, I think Trey Jones. I keep saying Trey Jones. Trey Johnson. I think he's gonna unlock Trey Johnson's, scoring ability even more. He's gonna help him on terms of the defensive end because the 6'6", you can't just be getting buckets. You got what you can do outside of that. I think for Trey Johnson is gonna be really important for when his shot not falling. How do you impact the game? Kind of like with Dylan. Those two are more so, what do you guys do when nothing else is working for you guys? How do you impact the game? I think the biggest things for those two in particular. And like I said, Trey Johnson, we ain't worried about the shot. Quick release, fluid release, smooth release. He can score all 3 levels, drive, mid-range, 3-point. He's got to work a little bit more on his handles. But outside of that, I don't see why he can't be a lottery pick if everything goes the way it should go for him. And I want to ask you a question about the Syracuse, the Syracuse freshman, right? Donnie
Freeman, yeah.
Do you think he's a one and done?
I think he has a good enough season. He definitely could be a one and done. I don't know where he goes right now because again, this draft class is projected to be loaded. But I think he could definitely be one and done.
You think so, man?
I think he got the tool. I think he got the tool scouts look for from his position, bro.
Okay.
Like the jumper, the explosiveness. Like that's the 2 main things I could point to. Like at his size, like at 6'8", 6'9", the length, the jumper, and the explosiveness. Like everything else could be worked with the handle, like probably the screen navigation and whatnot. But I think everything else could be worked with.
All right. Okay. If you feel that confident about him, then I might put him next time when we do these again. Might put him a little bit higher next time. But let's see, of course, what he do throughout between now and January. Let's come back to this around January.
Absolutely.
All right.
My number 8, right?
No, you on number 8? Yeah, you gotta pick your number.
So we got it swapped because I had Trey Johnson at 4. You had Liam McNeely. You got Trey Johnson at 8, and I have Liam McNeely.
Okay.
Yeah. and you convinced me, bro. I think I do have him a little bit low, but when I was making the list, this is honestly how I felt, and this is how I view guys. But this is no slight to him whatsoever because I think the way you described him and the way you described his game is perfect. Like he does a little bit of everything. Great passer, great connector guy. We raved about him enough. And I think being at UConn, a team that just went back to back, a team that he has shown can develop guys and to make guys into good players, guys in positions to have their role defined and them excel in that role. Lee's that perfect guy, bro. And
He's
I think he's gonna have an excellent freshman season.
absolutely. I couldn't agree with you any more than that. I mean, he's official, man. And like I said, being under a guy like Don Hurley, how he coaches, like he turned Tristan Newton from
Yes,
a draft into a
Alex,
second round.
guys like Alex Caravan,
You know what I'm saying?
Ian Spencer. Yep.
Let's highlight Dan Hurley's NBA draft achievement because he got some notable ones. So man,
I feel bad he did my boy Woody like that, man. Yeah, I love Woody as a coach, bro. Like back to the Knicks days. Like I just feel bad he did him like that.
he did in real. I mean, Woody, man, that's why I say college basketball, this NIL thing is way out of control, man. They don't have no structure with this yet, even now.
Yeah,
And it's dangerous game right now. But hey, it makes teams like Rutgers finally got a shot to compete with the other net. So that's
yeah,
why, yeah. So
yeah. As long as you, and this is kind of off topic, but it's honestly like you're alluding to. If you got that bag, you can land anybody.
you can land anybody.
And the perfect like personification of that is AJ DeBosta, the number one consensus senior coming to 2025. Bro, BYU was throwing money at him.
BYU never had a guy like AJ step on their campus was as guaranteed number one pick.
Mm-hmm.
And money, and they got
they threw that max contract at him, bro. Like, huh?
Listen, it's you hey, they got that money. I just want to know. So don't be surprised when you see him in that BYU jersey.
Yep.
Because no one finds it surprising at this point. It'd be surprising if he doesn't commit to BYU.
And what's going to happen? He's going to go there and play bad? No, he's tough.
No. Anything, he just got to make the tournament. He can't pull a Markel. He can't pull a Markel or Ben Simmons. You got to at least.
That's right.
You bounce out the first round. If it's not your fault, you played to your best. All right, but
I don't think Cade made it to the tournament neither.
Cade didn't make the tournament. You're right. Cade didn't even make the tournament. So at least wise, make the tournament, buddy. At least do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's do that.
For sure.
But you're number 8?
I had Liam, so you're number 9.
My number 9. So now I finally put Kaman.
Okay.
I finally put Kaman. Just because of his physical profile defensively. Offensively, I think he's super raw. But there was a lot of big men who was wrong in college offensively, and they ended up progressing, working that out offensively throughout, And I don't know if Kaman will be one and done, in all honesty. I really don't know. I think he's super raw offensively. He's one of those guys, it would probably do him best to come back another year, but season didn't even start yet. He's been looking good so far. Let's see around January we come back to that. But physical profile-wise, it's nothing. When he was Sudan, when they was playing, he was on the team. Was it South Sudan? Was it?
I think it was South Sudan. Yeah.
South Sudan. He looked pretty. No, he was raw, but he looked like he messed. He held his own.
He was out there rebounding. Yeah.
The potential is nothing to really scoff at. So that's why he's on my number 9. Just physical abilities. Let the offensive abilities and basketball IQ, when those two match go hand in hand. Oh man, this guy's a problem. That's my.
Okay, I got another Dookie at number 9.
What? What's this? The third one?
This is 1,
John.
2. This is number 3.
Damn.
Yeah, it's the third one.
All right.
I got my guy Isaiah Evans, B.I. Jr.
I'm not high on him, man.
You not high on Isaiah Evans?
I gotta see at least midway December. Then we come back to that. But go ahead.
I've been high on. I've been watching him through high school, and I've been high on him because like I mentioned, he reminds me of Bi so much, and I don't like comparing these guys before they even play in college. But like just his play style, being 6'7" at that wing position, a lot taller than some other guards, the way he's able to raise up his shoot and create separation, and contest don't mean nothing to him. Like he's going to take that shot, and that's one of his downfalls. His shot selection can use some work, but he hits contested shots for a living, and he does it like it's nothing. And on top of that, he's a superb athlete too. He's great at getting to the rim. Great change of direction. So off of the handles, off of that crossover coming off the pick and roll, he can really get downhill and get to the rim and finish too. So I think his offensive game is going to be really something to behold at Duke, especially being with guys like Cooper Flag, Con Newpel. Those guys are kind of more like Cooper could like score with the ball in his hands, but he can score with the ball outside of his hands too.
Yeah.
And Khan is a spot up shooter, and he can come off the screens and shoot. Like, he's going to knock it down. I think those two, like, kind of archetypes leave space for Isaiah to get that in-between game going, get that one-on-one game going at certain times of the game, and really show the type of scorer that he is. And I think with the right discipline, if John really get him to lock in, if that squad can really lock in, I don't see why he can't be a good defender too. Because at 6'6", I believe, good length, good athlete. He's got all the tools, and his frame is filling out too. So I got high hopes for Isaiah Evans.
Man, his body look like struggled weight. He got that body like Bi. Bi still struggling to weight.
They said the same thing about Bi too, but in college he was doing his thing. And when he put on weight, in the NBA, that's when he started becoming a problem.
You really see a trajectory, right? You really mirroring Isaiah Evans and Bi. You really mirroring those two together. You think?
Yeah, I mean, he just what it looked like. He looked like Bi when he played.
All right, I'm make sure he might be the one. I might be hyper focused on that. Or when I watch Duke play, I might have to be hyper focused watching him. I got to see what he really do, because I feel like he another one. He might have to stay another year too. But if it all goes well, have you broke it down, then hey, I might have to eat those words.
Sure.
9, right?
It comes. Hey, we got to see.
So yeah, number 9. Oh man, this is a good list though. And I'm stuck right now on number 10 because I battled with this for the last 20 minutes.
Bro, I got my number 10 crossed out, and then like 7 honorable mentions under him. Like I had a hard time going with who I wanted to go with too.
I don't know if to go with the Bull. I said the Bull. I don't know if to go with Ian Jackson. I didn't pick Donovan Freeman, and I had him, and I was debating whether I should have him. But after I watched this guard do what he did in his exhibition game, I'm gonna throw Boogie Flynn at number 10.
I'm not mad at that neither.
I was high on Boogie Flynn. I didn't really. I thought he was one. All right, he probably be okay. He probably be nice, right? I don't watch that exhibition game, but Boogie Flynn, he won't be. He looked like he won't be in Arkansas too long.
His scoring ability, especially with other guards around him, because you gotta remember, Arkansas got DJ Wagner, they got Jonell Davis from FAU. You guys got Carter Knox. Like they got some scorers there. They got some bucket getters there. And Boogie in that exhibition game, and even in high school, I mean, he's shown like he's an alpha, bro. Like he's like you want to put the ball in his hands when it comes down to it. And he could get a bucket. Like that's just what it comes down to. His handles, his ability to create a shot and create separation, that really stood out, especially in that exhibition game. So I'm not mad at it. You good, bro?
Say it again for me, Kyrie.
No, I was just expanding a little bit more on Boogie Fly. You can hear me?
No, I hear you now. I got you.
All
yeah.
Right.
No. Listen, keep going, Kyrie. I must have missed the last few sentences you had said. I had missed that.
I was just saying the main points was I think it's impressive what he's doing with other guards there, like Jonell Davis that transferred in from FAU, and DJ Wagner who came in from Kentucky. And Carter, another freshman who I struggled not putting on this list. I struggled not putting Carter Knox on this list.
I wouldn't put Carter Knox on this list. No, I like Carter Knox. Don't get it twisted, but no, I wouldn't put him on this list yet. But
yeah,
I have
he was fighting for that number 10 spot for me. Like I was looking at that number 10 spot, like, oh, you could, but still, it's a lot of talent on that team, and I'm using that to say Boogie Flan stood out. And like I was saying, he's the guy that can take the game over. Like he wants the ball in his hands, and he relishes those big moments. So I think Arkansas got them one.
So who's your number 10 then?
So my number 10, it came down ultimately, bro, between 2 UNC guards. I was thinking of Ian Jackson, and this kid Drake Powell, bro. Drake Powell is like being 6'6", and that wiry athleticism, he already filled into his frame a little bit. I think he's got the capability to be one of the top defenders in his class, and just athletically, what he's able to do, how he's able to get out in transition and finish at the rim. I want to see more jump shot wise from what I've seen from him. I don't see a lot of jumpers, but I'm probably watching the wrong videos. But hey, from what I've seen from him defensively, he's a menace. He's gonna get in those passing lanes, and I think he's gonna carve out a good role for himself, being 6'6", in a guard heavy rotation at North Carolina. That's gonna have Ian Jackson. They're gonna have Elliot Kadu. They're gonna have RJ Davis. That's talented backcourt players. And I think him being 6'6", it'll allow him to be on the floor with those guys a little bit more in different rotations and slide over to the three as well and guard threes. So I got high hopes for him too. I think he's going to be a monster.
Man, he's fresh.
I gotta give it to Ian too, like, because I had a hard time not putting him on his list too, because he reminds me a lot of Colin Sexton. Like just that electricity he plays with, his ability to get up and down the floor, his ability to finish at the rim. I think he's a better shooter than Colin was in high school. But I think being with like those guys I mentioned, like RJ Elliott's coming in from his second year, we're expecting a lot from him. He was highly touted himself. I think it's going to be a little bit harder for him to carve out a role or to carve out meaningful minutes or meaningful playing time with those guys that I'm ahead of him. So I want to see what UNC got going on with those guys before I see that. So that's why I got Drake number 10.
Man. Hey, man, I think you got a phenomenal list, in my opinion. Don't disagree.
Likewise, bro. Like I can't be mad at that. Boogie definitely.
I ain't even had Boogie on my honorable. That's just for me. I didn't even think I was gonna watch the game and be expecting what I watched from him, but I was like, cap myself another guard. That's all I thought to myself.
Yep.
Another guard. He always get do you see Cal's next two guards he's gonna have?
Oh, bro, with DJ, bro.
No, not I don't need DJ for the next episode, because DJ looked like a monster.
Mm-hmm.
But
he found that jumper.
Oh yeah, you didn't see the jumper, did you?
I did. I just said he found it. He found that jumper.
But did you see it? Did you? Yo, I didn't. Clean, smooth. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
No, yo.
It's not like alligator arm in there. Like he's letting it go. Like.
And when he drives, man, I'm talking too much sophomore talk. Sophomore talk is for the next episode. We can keep it on young bucks and young freshmen, and we finished our list, so that concludes episode 175 of the Restricted Zone podcast. Me and Khairi would start a whole nother episode if I let it go. I gotta cut it off short for you guys. We gotta end it off on that note. But I loved Khairi's list. You know what I mean? And I feel like this college basketball season is going to be very, very exciting and interesting. I mean, a lot of new developments, a lot of pieces and coaches moved, conferences, everything. It's just like a whole shakeup. The NBA.
Not to cut you off, bro, but I don't think I've anticipated a college season like this since Zion and RJ and Cam Reddish and them was coming in. That class of 2018.
I got to look at that class again, and then we bring that. I got to look at that class because I'm missing some names. Because the only thing I can think of at the top right now is Emmanuel Quickly, Javon Quinterly. Oh, man, I hate how his career played out.
Yeah, yeah, bro.
Plus, that Instagram post where he said to the rest of the world, "You guys will know me as a failure," but damn.
Bro, since we talking about it, that really hurt, bro, because
that's crazy, bro.
He's looking at it as like he let people down, bro. But like real fans, like us, like the people that really watch, bro,
you ain't let me down, JQ.
No, we appreciated what he did, bro. Especially bouncing back from everybody. People counted him out after his first year at Villanova. And
I think that's what really hurt his career the most.
Mm-hmm.
Going to Villanova. And then he said what he said during midway, which, man, he handled that poorly, man. I think that's what kind of hurt his whole career. That was like a cloud that hung over his whole career after that.
Yeah, no, after that, bro, when he transferred and he really got the keys and he was really allowed to be able to do what he had to do, bro. He gave us some electrifying moments. He gave us some fun games. Like his play style in general was just a pleasure. Like that's why it was sad seeing that, bro. Because he's like not to us. Like we don't see you like that. And we've been following him since high school, since like the Jelly fan movement. Like
and if you would have told me Nas Reed would be the only one to make it to the NBA, man, I'd have said you crazy. And here he is. He's a contributor, a real.
If we had a pod back then, I would have told you he was gonna make it.
Never.
If we had a pod back in 2018 when he was back at Roselle Catholic, I would have told you he's gonna make it.
Well, you lived in Jersey, so you got the first-hand peek. So yeah, I can see why you would have said that. I can see why. I can see why. It's a lot of guys, a lot of people. Man, Jersey should have had more people inside the NBA. But you guys, somewhere down the line, something just went wrong, man. And college decisions got the biggest factor of it all. Everyone the big-time prospect Jersey had went to the wrong college. Briscoe should have never went to get.
We could talk about, like, that's the East Coast in general, though. Like, bro, we got to talk about that in another episode, bro. We supposed to be close.
Listen, bro, like I said, we'll end it all before we start a whole nother episode within the episode. That concludes episode 175 of the Restricted Zone podcast, once and for all. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode as much as we enjoyed recording this episode. We really appreciate you guys for sticking with us. You stuck with us with this long. I mean, we didn't even do the usual introductions. We were so excited to punch this episode out. We started having the whole discussion 5 minutes in. So listen, really, really appreciate the support, the feedback, comments, all the subscribers. We hit 250. I don't know when we did that, but we went from 220 to 250 in a matter of weeks. And I know you guys are really, loving this content we are pushing out. And we're looking forward to pushing this out for you guys. So stay tuned, turn on the post notifications, leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and be ready for the next episode, you guys. Be safe.
Absolutely.
Let's get